Well, good morning. Yeah, it's still morning here. About 10 o'clock, I think, something. Or a little after. In beautiful Southern California. Wow, this is a Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, February 15th, 2025. Oh, so, these are some pretty inspiring times. These are inspiring times. We are living in inspiring times, yes. As we struggle to figure out what's going on in their world. And, I think it has a social conscience in a knot. It's like people like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What's going on? What's going on with these crazy people in this world? And of course, there are a lot of crazy people in this world. But, well, you know, they've always been there. They've always been there. The difference is now they're in control. Holy shit. Well, anyway. Oh, so thank you to the beautiful universe for the beautiful life I live and I'm enjoying. Oh, wow. It's been fraught with internal struggles. Trying to suppress untoward feelings towards other certain entities and groups. But, well, the universe is much bigger than all of that. And, 81-year-old, I don't know if I'll be around to see the resolution to all this. But I have faith in the universe. And things will be all made well. Yeah, it's hard to deal with that, but on the way, one of the most powerful things you can do against the opposition is take away their ability to create internal harm and damage within your body through anger and hate. That sounds crazy, counterintuitive. Like, yeah, you should. Yeah, it's almost instinctive. It is instinctive in a way. It was, the body was created and be designed and built, and that was put in there as kind of a self-defense mechanism. So the preservation of yourself for future survival may have been the most important ideology that would come out of your brain, And probably for the first few thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, I'm not sure how that'll work. That was probably important. But we're living in an age now. It's kind of inverted itself. It's just almost the opposite of like that survival, self-survival instinct. It is to look as an outward look. It's an outward look. Of course, you have to look at inside to know who you are and what's going on in your life. But I'm saying it's not for your benefit specifically. It's for a greater benefit of the whole of the universe, of which we're a part of. So, yeah, I don't understand some of the logic and of the way the universe works, and the way it will work, and the way it will grow and go. It's like a light that's beaming out, and it just captured everybody in its path. So, yeah. Well, anyway, we're we're living in some trying times. The best advice I can do the greatest weapon you will have against the enemy is to let go of all emotion and feeling about what they're doing and take away their power. You know, massive, military strikes. It's like I have difficulty dealing with that, thinking about that, especially in light of like Russia's attack on Ukraine. Well, it's like, what? Why do people have to be like? Why should that kind of little behavior even be allowed in a civilization? So now it's like saying, hey, the time for self-preservation is actually doesn't even change that, even ultimately, because the safer you make your environment, the safer you're going to be. So, and then the thing is, you have to incorporate this mentality in every living soul on this planet. So, well, yeah. Well, and I guess let's get down to current situations. These are just commentaries and observations. And there's I still you still get the gnaw, you still get the grab, and it goes the other way too. The feeling of elation and enjoyment and happiness when you see something that is pleasurable. So, but the thing is, try as hard as you can not to internalize it. It's not that you ignore it or don't see it, and you don't address in your head logical means of solving the problem. In fact, that is the whole point. Think logically, not of hate or anger. Think logically. Your brain operates at such more fantastic magnitudes of intelligence than if you go out and make anger. Yeah, and you see people who build, maybe these are the people that end up building, weapons that, mass destroy things, kill, damage. It's like, I don't know what that's supposed to be about. You think of it in more advanced civilization. It's like, you think, oh my God, it's so unbelievable. I think this is going to be looked at as this period, this almost say this century, maybe even 2 centuries, maybe 3 centuries, of some of the dumbest human beings on this planet. So totally clueless. So anyway, enough of that. Denigrating dialogue. So even in that short bit, I start feeling that getting dragged down. It's like I'm starting to feel my emotions getting involved. Well, I think it's important to motivate action. In fact, make your voice known and heard, but always speak from a platform of calm and peace. And yes, I mean, that's my advice. It'll make your life so much easier. Yeah. Now, if it's something you're immediately involved in and you can and your action will have direct impact, yeah, then for sure, always act for a positive outcome in all situations. You know. And at a certain level, of course, you still participate in the process. You know. You support attitudes and ideas, and you discuss those and promote them. There's nothing against anybody's more like, this is what good is. This is what good is. Describe those situations. You know, uplift people. Don't threaten them and try to scare them and intimidate them. You know, it's like, these people, what's the matter with them? They're like, well, I'll tell you what, this might be a good point in time. I'll just do my readings and like maybe commentary as I go through. I'll begin. This was the first day of February, I believe, when I wrote this. Maybe, I'm not sure. Hey everybody, February has joined us in 2025. It's a short but stout month. It shoulders winter's burdens. At this point in time, nobody's saying, you know, this is like February, in the middle of February, nobody's saying how beautiful the lovely white snow is. It's like, you know, yeah, okay, not even you get that 6-inch downpour in the middle of February, end of February, March, even into April. You know, it's like, yeah, but at least what's happening is it's kind of fading out the winter months. So, I mean, by the time, yeah, you know, the February, okay, let's stay on the February thing. Anyway, so I just got a good diversion. Diverted there. Distracted. It's okay. Anyway, the point is that, yeah, we're coming into a period of time. You're getting close to spring. Nice in the summer, and then occasionally you get more every day. Now and then you're getting one of those nice sunny, warm days. Well, I mean, it's not warm, but the sun, and I mean, it's still cool, maybe and crisp. I mean, not quite as much. You're talking about like a Midwest, northern Indiana, southern Michigan kind of area, territory. But it offers moments of hope on those nice, warmer, sunny days. Instead of like being 25, maybe it gets up to 35. Or maybe 40, 45. Well, no, that's a heat wave. Yeah, it's a heat wave day, yeah. Yeah, and, yeah. So that was in my time growing up in the Midwest. Now, I mean, I haven't lived there for, let's see, about 25, 26 years now. Yeah, I've been going that long, yeah. And the move is going back. That's true, yeah. This is On the Move, one of these On the Move videos I'm talking about. On the Move, yeah, On the Move. Yeah, I like that. In fact, I'm going to make a note of that title. That's On the Move. On the Move. Oh my gosh, I like it. Okay, On the Move. On the Move. On the Move. All right. On the Move. Yeah. On the Move. We are on the move. Okay. I like it. I like that. I like it. I like it. So anyway, getting back to my writing. Okay, so this introduction was this. I mean, this was leading up to something that was very real, and it has to do with my relationship with technology. Which is a contentious one. It's the only thing that makes me swear, using the bad words. When I was created, I was given a lower-powered CPU with no upgrades pertaining to the architecture of this technology. At 81, it came too late for me to fully capture the moment of its creation. Men of my time period have navigated the drive, but for me, I just don't have the intellectual energy required to know this technology. For those who know this stuff, their brains are wired differently. So what brings all of this on? My backup drive died with a bunch of files that I need to do my taxes, along with a lot of other less important personal stuff. This means I will need to contact a professional. And as long as I'm going to the trouble, let this person tune up my main computers, both small desktop and both small desktop and a laptop. Yeah, that's what I get. Yes, we are witnessing the end of downtown shopping. Too much hassle to perform the simple transaction of making a purchase. This is the face of the new city. What will commerce look like when in the future? All towns I've traveled to over the last 15 years have seen this evolution. A lot of empty retail spaces. Cities will look different. Little enclaves of special interest in places, but need will there be for high-risers beyond housing? A lot of nondescript buildings to house offices, or how much of this even exists? It is a trend to do remote work, so the demand for office space diminishes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so I see, that's kind of interesting. There's been this, we know the authoritative, controlling business corporate environment. COVID kind of put things on hold. And I think in a way, part of that was to help to give us an opportunity to learn. It's not like a performance and say, okay, we're going to give you an opportunity to reinvent your life. And it was a gift from the universe in a way, yeah. It's this free will thing. It's like, it's a society. That's the whole point. I say, if this would happen like ahead, when societies are much more intelligent, and these issues, well, probably most likely, the environment for even this to even happen will be so greatly diminished. It's probably likely to have happened. I mean, secondly, when it does, it's addressed immediately. I mean, with totally non-emotional feelings about it. The only thing guiding the thing is the solution and resolution of the issue and the problem. Nothing else comes into it. Yeah, so, and it's not like dictated by one person. It's a collective will of the people and what they have, it's just basically when people get together, we soon learn, where they're at, they learn where I'm at as we interact and gather together. And yeah, so, yes. Well, anyway, how many remember hanging out at the kitchen table with family and friends on a Saturday morning, relaxing and enjoying a day away from the job? I always remember a lot of smiling and laughing going on. Everybody had something positive to add to this. Yeah, it was just kind of a thing that came back to me. I had this momentary memory of one specific isolated setting. Yeah, around sitting around and we were kind of like dirt poor and stuff like that. So, some cheap plastic metal kitchen set type of thing, you know. And a bit big. I think he even had a leaf in it for it. And then a lot of chairs around the table. And, well, I was the youngest of six, so my older brothers, and my sisters, it seemed like they always had something going on, you know. And then they'd all gather around the kitchen table and sit and talk and converse. And yeah, it was like, and it could be the jumping off point for a day at the park or something like that, and you know, a picnic and the family and all together. Yeah, well, yeah, we didn't have a lot of money and things, but the family and friends, yeah, a lot of my older brothers had a lot of good friends that would come and hang out too. And working on their motorbikes and scooters and stuff like that, yeah. Wow. It was, when I think back on it, those were fun for a little kid, you know, my older brother into all that stuff, yeah. Yeah, a lot of fun. So, yeah, anyway, yeah, what was the point? Well, I'd say the point is a lot of pleasant family, friend memories, things, yeah. And I'm only talking in my isolated situation. You know, we were really poor. We didn't have, I mean, at the time, it's like, you know, when you're a little kid, you know, the readers, the books you read, see, Sally, Dick, Jane, Puff, you know, Spot, all these characters, you know, Mom and Dad and whatever. And you know, the pictures would be in the book, the houses in the street, and be drawn in, you know. It was all art. It wasn't like photographs or anything like that. And that created in my mind, that created the ideal that, wow, that, you know, always manicured lawns, nice homes, and inside there'd be scenes, settings. Everything was just so nice. You know? And that's what I aspired to. Thinking, oh, someday, yeah. Well, yeah, didn't have any, yeah. Those were my models. Crazy, huh? Oh, yeah, man, this been just a little kid, you know. Because, you know, you're living in an environment lacking material, yeah. But one thing you weren't lacking was a lot of love around. But that isn't to say that those aren't the kind of situations that can create a lot of disharmony in a family structure. Yeah. So, in fact, that even that, well, in a way, it's kind of like a counter to. It's like this is, you know, what we pull ourselves up to, and level ourselves out, and rise above our situation. So, yeah, so you make it not what things about in your life, but you remember them. And actually, it's kind of interestingly, at the time, it didn't feel comfortable. But now at my age, I look back, and all things have been so wonderfully rewarding to me in so many ways. I look back and I think, oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me live that life. Thank you for letting me, providing that opportunity for me to live that life. And that's a better way to put it. Yeah. Oh, it was a great play. A great part in a play. Yeah, think of it that way. Yeah. Well, it's funny, isn't it? Wow, it's crazy. All this life we live. All this stuff is just a storyline. Yeah, I mean, we're writing it, but this is interesting. Wow. Well, as the writers, we got to become more authoritative. We got to be, get our expression heard and felt. Speaking of expression and feeling how you felt, I see I've talked already for around 25 minutes, but I promise you, I got a mind full of thoughts and ideas, and I need to share them with you. So keep tuned in, please. I'll be right back. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you too, thanks. I appreciate that comment.